whatever is on these files have to be true, because why would they hide it for so long? So when your name is wrapped up in these files, kiss your public reputation goodbye, man.
Where you at, Berto?
Jay-Z and Pusha T are beyond cooked after Epstein files release. Oh, nah. They saying Jay-Z and Pusha T are on the Epstein files. Let's get right into it, man. Let's see what it's talking about. Woo. It's gonna be a sad day in paradise, G.
The Epstein files just got released, and there's a lot of surprising names on here, but no name is more surprising than Jay-Z and Pusha T. Before we get this video started, if you're in
skipping it, skip.
FBI opened up a tip line. And the tip line was for anybody with any type of information on Epstein, his co-conspirators, if you were a young woman who was there, because the Epstein network was so vast that when the FBI arrested Epstein, for the most part, they thought they didn't even uncover 1% of the iceberg. So this tip line was opened up. Now, this tip line had a lot of accusations coming through. Unfortunately for Jay-Z and Pusha T, they both had allegations about themselves come through the tip line. In the case of Jay-Z, he's beyond cooked in the eyes of public perception because the victim came forward July 10th, 2019, 8:20 a.m. Eastern. On July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, the particular victim called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Now, they provided the following information. So this essentially is like a transcript of what they provided. So they said in approximately 1994, there's a bunch of redaction. I'm assuming is victim names, et cetera, et cetera. So this got redacted,
Appreciate the follow.
But she revealed herself to blank, which I'm assuming is like the call center employee that answered this call, as a past victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. She described the abuse occurred during parties. Now, we all know, a bunch of these abuse did happen at these parties, right? I think Jeffrey Epstein was known to throw these really like wild parties that had these like wild massages. I think like in like the first little piece of Epstein files that kind of got released like a couple years ago, we heard, like there were like midgets there. Like there were like really, 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 really tiny people, like 4'9" midgets. And like people in dogs.
These niggas is on their fucking midgets on the Epstein Island.
And that, like, it was Jeffrey Epstein apparently provided you with whatever your speed was. If your speed was dwarfs, he would provide you with dwarfs. Okay, that's what went down at these parties. Okay, so yeah,
midget claps, huh?
She was brought to parties, and she was the party favor for a bunch of weirdos and creeped. Redactions right here are very suspicious. So blank. So this is like the victim's name.
Hey y'all, stop all that.
Identified blank.
I want to see that in the chat, man. Y'all talking about some bullshit.
Blank and blank are now minors. Blank and blank are people in high position of power.
Don't ask
she would claim that in
like
approximately 1996, which is about 2 years after this whole nonsense began to happen, where she was being used as party favors at Epstein. Apparently, she resided with blank, which is, I'm assuming, like one of, her like perpetrators in blank state. An unknown man abducted her from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. So she apparently lived at this residence with somebody, I'm assuming, is also a perpetrator. And they kidnapped her. They abducted her from that home.
Oh
she woke up to the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z, while Weinstein apparently had his fingers into, we can probably guess where he had his finger into. Right? Now, she believed that she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Now, she estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions. Now, hold on, man.
This nigga said
7 awakened each time in an opulent indoor setting. She suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She recalled that Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasion of abuse. In approximately 2006, she last recalled being abused by Epstein. Now, okay, so this started in 1994 and lasted to about 2006. I'm assuming at some point here she stopped being a minor, right? Yeah, like I'm assuming, let's just say she was 14 in 1994. That would mean by 1998 she became 18. And this lasted until 2006. Now, I'm not questioning, whatever she went through as a minor. If she's being truthful about what happened here, is very unfortunate. But for this to last until 2006, like there's something very wrong with that picture from my perspective, to be honest. From her story, she didn't really list anything that Jay-Z did specifically, but she did say that Harvey Weinstein, digitally penetrated her. But Jay-Z didn't, penetrate her. Jay-Z was just present, which to me is just as bad, right? Like,
Yeah.
if
you was there, man, and you was seeing certain things and you ain't came up and been like, hey, nah, they was doing wrong in this situation. Like, we need to go get those guys. And, you went to bed that night not giving a fuck, you part of the problem.
Alleged minor was abducted from her home, brought to an Epstein mansion, and it was you, Harvey Weinstein, and Epstein there, and this minor was enduring abuse in your presence, to me, you are just as guilty as whoever is doing the abuse. I don't distinguish the difference between the two. Whoever is there is just as guilty and equally as guilty. But again, this is just a tip, right? Now, however this tip was investigated, no charges were ever brought. Right, like as far
Peg,
as I
you
know,
gotta
Jay-Z
chill,
was
bro.
never brought for a subpoena,
This stuff's going on YouTube.
Nothing.
I can't have.
And this particular
delete
tip
that.
didn't go anywhere, but because the tip came in about Epstein, it was included in the Epstein files.
Yo, real quick, before we get back into the video, I know you guys usually skip these type of ads, but give me 1 second. My guys over at Free Cash are sponsoring this video, and if you like money, I think you'd like to stick around. Free Cash is an application where you can earn free money just for playing games. It is 100% free to sign up using the QR code on the screen or the link in my description. Only thing that you're gonna need is an email or a password. And the games on this platform are actually fun, and all you have to do is complete basic missions and very simple tasks to reach the requirements to actually get paid. And as soon as you do that, they credit your account right away with real money that you can use in the real world. I'm talking about gift cards, PayPal, however you need to get your funds, they got it. And something that I've been seeing a little bit y'all talking about is like,
Oh, they're collecting my data.
listen, they only track your progress so they know when to pay you. And let me break down exactly why they're paying you free cash in the first place. The games that are on these platforms are trying to get exposure. So the games pay free cash to pay you guys to play the games. If you really think about it, it's just business. It's a win-win situation. These games get more people onto their platform playing their games, and you get a little bit of extra chicken in your pockets. And I've had so many of you guys reach out to me already saying that you've made $5 to $10 just playing games that you would be playing for free anyway. And I know $5 to $10 isn't like life-changing money, but it's free money to play games on your phone. And the crazy part is I've actually had people tell me that they've had crazy payouts like $500, one even $1,000. I'm not saying to quit your day job, but the fact that that's even possible, I mean, bro, it's free. So if you ask me, there's really nothing to lose, just everything to gain, honestly, if you like playing games on your free time. So click the link in my description or try the QR code on my screen to sign up for free, and you'll even get a $5 bonus using my stuff. I love y'all. Where you at, family? Let's get right back into the video.
Where you at, Berto?
Fortunately for Pusha T, we can't say the same because she did list things that Pusha T did
GTA,
specifically.
man.
Now, it will
What are we
continue, and
talking
it will
about?
state on each occasion she believed she was drugged, clouded her memory. She attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers. Now, one of the handlers she would say will be Pusha T, because at the time, I would say Pusha T don't really belong in those rooms. Pusha T was not a superstar. He was not a megastar. He wasn't somebody of importance. So if somebody like Pusha T was in those rooms, Pusha T would probably be the handler, right? The doughboy, the do-boy, right? The store runner, right? Because Pusha T wasn't no megastar. Jay-Z, I can understand Jay-Z being in rooms with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Pusha T don't really fit in those rooms at all, bruh. That's like you seen Poetic Flacco in a room with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. You will say, what is this dirtball doing in this room? I'm probably the handler in that regard, okay? So this story makes sense, to be honest. Again, I'm not saying Pusha is guilty of anything. I'm just saying Pusha role being in that room makes sense, okay? Now, it will continue, and she will say, among her handlers, she identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, she attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in abuse. So now Pusha T went from being just a handler to now Pusha T was also engaging in the abuse. Now, she claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to the racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. She further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the abuse. She confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. She refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels. So this was somebody who was homeless, which I don't know if that gives more credibility or takes it away. I'm not about to, like diminish the abuse just because of somebody right now probably in a position that's unfavorable, right? A lot of people see a homeless woman making these allegations and they'll probably say, crazy. I don't know, man. Now, what I would say, man, is Kanye West have been telling us for years that one of these dudes was on Epstein Island, that one of these dudes were involved with Epstein.
But Jay-Z was friends with Kanye. Jay-Z was friends with Kanye West for a long time, though. So what's up with that?
This song wasn't dropped too long ago, right? On World War III version 2, Kanye West says, know some ninjas that went to that island. Why the F would you go to that island? Now, Kanye West, has been around Pusha, has been around Jay-Z. They've been feuding for a little while now. One can probably only imagine that if he were to be talking about some dudes, he'll probably be talking about Pusha or Jay-Z. Man, listen, man.
It better not be, because I don't recall Kanye West and Pusha T being buddy, but there was a time where Kanye was vouching and holding Jay-Z down thick through thin, like, nah, that's my dog. And yeah, they beefing now, but now that y'all beefing, you was cool with him being on the island? That I'm not just gonna slide by that. Nigga, that was your man's. And you knew this whole time, or did you just find out? What's up with that? I need more info on that, Kanye.
I'm just a messenger here, bruh. Hey, Rock Nation. All right, don't hurt me, bruh. All right, I'm just.
Oh yeah, facts. Rock Nation, they some bullies. Now my bad, bro. My bad, big bro. My bad. A
YouTuber. I'm just reporting what I think could apply here. But we've been calling Kanye crazy for a while now, man. But the one thing we know is we didn't see allegations involving Kanye's name, man. Ain't that crazy? The one person we call crazy, we call a lunatic, we call bipolar, we say he belongs in a mental health institute. Somehow that person is the only person we don't see in these Epstein files. We don't see with nasty allegations towards his name. Now, Jay-Z to me, and here's why I think it's cooked, okay? Even though the allegations are unsubstantiated, because these are just, tips coming through a hotline. Fortunately for Jay, the world already wants to believe these allegations. So there's nothing Jay can do to really convince people that he's not guilty. Man, as soon as Jay-Z hit that B, bro, hit that billion, hip-hop got really suspicious of Jay-Z. And also, too, hip-hop getting suspicious of Jay-Z is for good reasons. Like, we seen how Jay-Z operated with the NFL, bro. We seen how Jay-Z sold out for $1. So we've already been very suspicious of Jay-Z. And Rock Nation right now is public enemy number one. And because people want to believe these rumors, they want to, believe this, they want this to be true, there's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince the public it's not. Sorry, bruh. All right. There's nothing.
That's once they say once you hit that $1 billion, man, it's kind of like, nah, bro, you had to have done some evil shit to get that billion, man. You don't just get $1 billion. You got to start doing some unethical shit.
Jay-Z can come out and
he was like 30-something talking to 16-year-old Beyonce. Is that fact? Is that a fact? I'm not disregarding that information. I'm just asking, is that a fact?
Yell to the top of the moon and speak. There's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince us it's not true, because the public wants to believe this is true. Now, Pusha T may have some saving grace here, because Pusha T, for the most part, ain't somebody who's hated. And Pusha T ain't somebody who we are rooting against. And by we, I'm just saying the public.
Y'all are saying that's a fact? Jay-Z was 30 talking to Beyonce at 16? Really? I know Beyonce's been around for a long time doing her thing, but I didn't know she was popping at 16. And the only reason I think that has any relevance is because I'd imagine that Beyonce being in the industry and already being successful is the only way that she would end up talking to Jay-Z, right? Destiny Child, oh my God, hold on, man. She was 16 at that time, though?
So Pusha T might have some
really.
Jay-Z, don't
blow
even,
my brain
listen,
right
man,
now.
You got to
bro.
have 1,000 different reaction channels breaking down every photo Jay-Z ever took with Harvey Weinstein, any deals they ever made together, any movies they did together. They about to start breaking down body language. Oh, trust me, bro. Jay is overly cooked. It's over with. Now, when I surveyed the landscape, right, when I surveyed what people are currently thinking, I'll be real, it sounds like Jay-Z's cooked, bro. Because
really,
how people are treating these Epstein files, they're not treating these Epstein files as allegations. They're saying these Epstein files have been hidden for so long that whatever is on these files have to be truth, because why would they hide it for so long? So when your name is wrapped up in these files, kiss your public reputation goodbye, man. People believe these Epstein files are the gospel. And because
my only thing with the Epstein files is like, and don't quote really anything I'm saying right here because I don't know shit about this stuff. But when I think about it, it's like they've had it for this long. What makes it to where we can even trust anything they say that they're providing to us? That's a genuine question. Somebody that may know better in the comments, let me know. Because it's like they've had these files for so long. We've been talking about it for so long. What makes it to where now where they're spoon feeding us, you know, what's allegedly on these papers and what's going on to just be fact now? Like, how do we know that they're not just feeding us whatever they want us to see? I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that. I'm just posing a genuine question because it's just like they've had it for so long. I've been hearing about this for so long. And we're finally getting, you know, little bits and pieces of things. What evidence do we have to know that they're 100% giving us the truth?
Because they believe they're the gospel, bruh, they believe you touch kids, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I hate to be the one who talk. They believe you touch kids, bro. That's just a fact. All right. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think?
Yeah, man. I'm genuinely curious to hear y'all feedback on this one, cause Jay-Z, Pusha T, man, what is it? What's going on?
Where you at, Berto?